Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's another Halloween DIY video. These are cute and spooky, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So let's start with the first project. So we're going to make ghost lanterns. Now I found these at Dollar Tree, and when I seen them, I said, wow, these look like ghosts. I'm going to take two of these little skeleton wine glasses, two tea lights, and these are from Dollar Tree as well. So I don't have any spray paint. At least I don't have white. So I'm going to go ahead and just paint them with some regular paint. I had to use 2 coats to cover this plastic, but to make it easier, it's best to just use some spray paint. It's faster too. Now for the witch's hat, I'm just going to paint them black. Now, after I painted them black, I still didn't like the way they look, so I did off camera, what I used was some black felt. I just hot glued the black felt around the witch's hat, and it looked so much better because it still had that glitter effect to it, and I didn't like it. Now I used my Cricut and I just created some eyes and a mouth for the ghost. I was going to use the felt, but for some reason I could not get the circles even, but you can always use a marker if you don't have a Cricut. So I went ahead and cut a little piece of cardboard, and I'm going to glue it inside. The reason why I'm gluing it inside is because once you place it on top, it moves around a lot, so this prevents it from moving. Now I'm going to take those skeleton glasses and I'm going to place tea light inside and then place the ghost on top. Now for the witch's hat, all I did was add a Dollar Tree white ribbon around the top. And that's it for this project. All right, for this one, I picked this up from Michael's last year. These stickers are from Dollar Tree. I wasn't sure which one I wanted to use. And some moss. And this little jar I got from Walmart. I believe it was like $1.40 or something like that. First thing I want to do is I'm going to paint the top of the jar lid black. Now I want to make them spooky looking, so I'm going to take some brown paint, add a little bit to the top of his head, and then I'm going to take some black, basically go around his eyes and a little bit in front of his face, and then just use a paper towel to wipe some of it off to make him more spooky. So I like the effect with the brown and the black. Now, because I wiped most of the black off his eyes, I'm going to go ahead and add it back in with a small paintbrush. So now I want to create some drippings. I'm going to use my glue gun to create that. Just going to use the glue gun, place a little bit on top, let it drip. Just going to go around the whole lid and do that. So now I'm going to take some metallic gold paint. Now I got this from Michael's. I'm going to take the paint and just paint all the drippings all around the top of the lid. I'm going to be using this green moss. Now I picked this up from Dollar Tree. I'm going to take a few little pieces and just hot glue that to the top of the lid. So now I'm going to take that little scary face and I'm going to glue it to the top of the lid. Now I did cut the bottom part of it because it was just, I don't know, it was strange the way it was shaped. And I wanted it to lay flat, so I just went ahead and cut that part out. I want to Mod Podge a label onto the jar. Now my printer's not working, so I found this in my stash and I was like, I'll just use it. And I'm just going to place it down with some Mod Podge. I'm also going to use one of these little stickers. I'm going to place it on the jar as well. And then I take another piece and just cut it in half, place it on the side, just to give it some character, I guess. I wish I can get my printer to... My printer works. I shouldn't say it doesn't work. It's just that the ink is so expensive and I don't feel like spending $35, $40 on ink. It feels like I only use it a few times and it runs out of ink. Now I'm going to add some moss inside the jar. And then I have these bugs from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to throw them inside the jar as well. Now I'm going to place the jar lid back on top. And that is it for this project. And look how creepy it came out. We're going to take a Dollar Tree dollhouse, and this comes out so stinking cute. Came out better than I imagined. Now I'm just going to remove everything out of the package. Now I'm going to remove the windows and the doors because everything is going to be painted black. Now I don't have any black spray paint, so I'm just going to go ahead and use some regular black chalkboard paint. And I believe I use about 2 coats. It's easier if you have spray paint, but I need to get to the store and buy some. But that's okay. I went ahead and just used the regular paint. I also used a coat of Mod Podge because when you paint plastic, it chips, and I didn't want it to chip. Now I'm going to take these little wood pieces from Dollar Tree. I just went ahead and painted it black. Now I wanted to look like a brick. So I went ahead and used my little stencil. This is from Dollar Tree. I love this little thing. I use it for everything. Just going to dip it in some white and gray paint, and I'm going to do the whole entire piece of wood. So now I'm going to be placing some neon green in the windows. I'm just going to paint it with this neon green and add a little yellow to it to give that effect. This is just a piece of cardboard. You can use anything. Now this is how it looks. Now I'm going to take the cardboard and the windows, and all I'm going to do is cut a little piece out and place it behind the windows. Once I have it behind the windows, I'm just going to go ahead and pop everything back into the dollhouse. I think the neon green looks so good with this black. It's really cute. Now I'm just going to put the house together. Now I'm going to use some white paint and paint the top of the roof because I want the brick to stand out. Now I'm just going to glue that house to the base with some hot glue. Now I'm going to grab these little black vine pieces and just place one at the top of the roof going across. It makes it look spooky, even though it's really not. It's really cute. You can use these houses for all seasons. I've used it many times for Christmas as well. Now I made a little sign that says keep out. I just used popsicle sticks and painted it gray. Now I'm just writing out the word. It says keep out. I'm just going to glue it to the base in front of the spooky house. I picked these up from Dollar Tree. They have the ghost, the cat, and the bats, purple bats. Now these are erasers, but I thought they were so adorable. I'm just going to place a few in front. Also going to use a couple bats from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to glue it to the top of the house and a little bit on that black vine. Now it looks cute as is, but I wanted to add a little pumpkin. I'm just going to create a little face using my black marker, and I'm going to place it on the side of the haunted house. And that's pretty much it for this project, and look how adorable this came out. For this one, we're going to use these napkins that I picked up from Home Goods. I love them. They're so cute. And the sign I picked up from Dollar Tree. So I'm going to use black paint to paint the outside of the sign. Now the inside part of it, I'm going to paint that white because I need to place the napkins inside and I want it white. This comes out really cute, super easy. So I'm going to finish painting the outside edges off camera because it is kind of tedious. Inside's going to be white, like I said. Just going to give it one quick coat. Now I'm going to open up the napkins. I believe these are like cocktail napkins or something like that. They're small, but they're really pretty. So now I'm going to cut it in half, and then I'm going to place it down at the bottom with some Mod Podge. I went ahead and separated it. It is a 2-ply napkin. Now I'm going to add a lot of Mod Podge and place it right at the bottom. And I also added some water. I had some water nearby, and I just added some around the corners because once it dries, I'm going to go ahead and cut it around the sides. I want to leave a little bit of the white showing around the inside of the sign as well. You'll see what I'm doing after. Now I'm just placing down some more Mod Podge over the top. Now I'm adding another side of the napkin. And it doesn't matter if it matches or not because it's just going to blend all together. I mean, I could have laid down one piece of napkin, but the way it's shaped, the top is upside down, so I had to cut it. Now I'm going to be using these metal words from Dollar Tree, but I use the word, it says spooky. I'm going to paint it. I'm going to paint it white. Just going to use one of Dollar Tree's little sponge and sponge on the white paint. I used 2 coats of the white paint for the spooky word, and I let it dry in between coats. Now I'm going to place it on the sign, and I'm going to use wood glue and some hot glue. You can see I'm using a popsicle stick to apply it because I need to get a new one. It's pretty dried out, I guess, but it still worked. Now I'm just going to place it right in the middle. Now I added a Dollar Tree spider in the corner. Just going to glue that down as well. Off camera, I added a little cobwebbing in the corners on the sign, and I think it came out adorable. Okay, this is the last one, and this is from Michael's, but you can always pick them up from Dollar Tree. I'm going to use this in this project, and we're going to use a candlestick holder from Dollar Tree and some palm hands from Dollar Tree, and we're going to use creepy cloth. So I need to paint this. I'm going to add some Mod Podge, a little bit of water, and some white paint. I'm going to swish it around until the whole entire thing is coated. Then I'm going to flip it upside down into a cup and let it sit there for a couple hours and let it drain. So I'm going to keep swishing around until it's totally fully coated and then place it on a little cup. So while that's drying, I'm going to pull out 4 little hands out of the package. That's what we're going to use for this project. Now I'm going to take a little piece of that creepy cloth and I'm just going to place a little bit right on top of the candle holder. I'm going to take that ornament and just hot glue it to the candlestick holder. Now I seen this on Pinterest and I thought it was so cool, so I decided to make it. Now I'm going to drape some of that underneath the candlestick holder. It's out of view. I try to get it in view. So I just wrapped it around the top of the candlestick holder and had some like hanging down. It'll go in view in a second. So I thought I put it in view. It's semi in view. What I'm doing here is I'm hot gluing down the little palm hands on the candlestick holder against that little ornament with some glue. And you'll see the last one I placed down goes back into view. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know. I tried to put it in view and I didn't really realize it wasn't. So once it comes in view, you'll see what I'm doing. I added some of that creepy cloth around the hands and draping it all around the ornament and flowing downward. I wish you can see it in view. I'm so sorry. I can't believe this happened. So here I'm placing down the last hand, and you can see I glued it to the candlestick holder and glued it to the ornament, holding it in place. You can see I drape that creepy cloth around the hands. And that is it for this project. I think this came out so cool. I love the way it came out. Well, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Take care, everyone. I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.